Cool. Yeah, well, that's the YouTube chat that I just pulled up. So, Streamlabs crashed again. One of those days, apparently. Well, I don't want that to be shared. I want this to be shared. There we go. All right, well, let me actually go back to here, just in case. I don't know where it, like, ended the stream, so I want to explain why this is an important exercise. So we're going to go back to technique exercises. We're going here, and we'll play through it again. Let's go to 170. Why not? Technology is great when it works. Stop crashing, Streamlabs. Thanks. Okay, this exercise, it takes a check pattern, and then it takes a diddle, and it slurs it out, plays it with normal interpretation, and then rushes the interpretation, and then goes back to normal. So it's kind of alternating between these different ways of playing a diddle, so that way you can figure out how to control it to play it consistently. So this one is diddle on 2, the next line, and then we have diddle on 3 for the third line, and then the synthesis line is just basically combining all of them with normal interpretation, like even interpretation on the notes. And yeah, you can find this for free on my website, jaredoleary.com. If you scroll past the several hundred grid variations and you go to here, it's diddle timing. This one. We're now finally going to work on sweeps, assuming this doesn't crash again. I'm going to need to review the video to figure out why didn't I do that. Who knows? All right, we're going to do rodeo. Nope. And we're going to go way down to 40. And I'm going to do this with crossovers. So we'll start with right hand as the crossover. And then we'll go on to left. So I'm going to do this the entire time with the right hand crossing over. And then we'll do the left hand crossing over. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to switch so that the left hand is now on top. Same thing, still going outside or down the drums. Okay, now we'll go back to right hand, but this time we're gonna go inside or up the drums. So going from here to here for our diddle sweeps. That click is my ring, by the way, on the left. Okay, same motion, but now we're gonna do left hand on top. Woo! Whoops. My bad. I'm not getting far enough over. Oops. Yeah. So that was much more difficult than going to the outside or down the drums. But yeah, cool. So that's 4 ways that you can work on this particular variation. Is you do right hand crossover going down the drums, right hand crossover going up the drums with every one of the diddles, and then with the left hand crossover going down and left hand going up. Every one of the diddles going down or up the drums or inside outside, depending on how you like to refer to it. Okay, now we're gonna slowly speed this up. By the way, you'll notice in these streams that I spend a lot of time slow, and it's so I can refine my technique, which helps me to be able to play faster. When I'd have students, they would be like, oh, no, you don't actually spend most of your time practicing slow, because they'd see how fast I could play. They'd be like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just play fast all the time? And it's like, well, it's a kind of a bit of a paradox. In order to get faster, you have to play better, slower. So highly recommend spending most of your time on this. And in these live streams, you'll see me spend the majority of my time at the slower speeds, slower tempi, which is plural for tempo. But yeah, students wouldn't believe me. Okay, you won't get better. Let's go up a few clicks. And we're going to do down the drums, outside. Now, you may notice that my playing zones are a little bit different here when I'm going down the drums than when I'm doing it with a crossover. Now, the reason why is because depending on the size of your tenor drums, whether they're the smaller set or a larger set, you're going to need to be able to get the wrist out of the way, or you're going to be hitting the butt of the stick on your wrist. And so if you move it up just a little bit so that you're further apart, it makes it so that the hands are less likely to hit each other. However, when you're doing that, you need to make sure that you're staying equidistant, so that way that you are not like all of a sudden playing in the dead zone in towards the center of the drum or like center of the drum here. So we're still staying the same distance from the rim. We're just changing where we're moving, so that way we can get our hands out of the way just a little bit more for these crossovers. We're going to do this again. We're going to do this with left-hand crossovers. Still going outside or down the drums. Another thing that I'm focusing on when I'm doing these crossovers is I'm trying to make sure that the diddles are still even, and so I don't have like one hand higher than another. Typically, it's going to be the hand that's on top is going to like dominate like this, and so you want to either lower that one or raise the other one, or a combination of the two, so that way you get nice and even strokes instead of a mismatch between the different heights like that. So really focus on that with the crossovers when you're doing this, like that. Okay, now we're going to do right hand on top, and we're going to go up the drums, inside sweeps from here to here. Notice my right hand is too high. I also noticed ours hunched over. Part of it is because of the microphone. I feel like I need to do this, like get closer to the microphone so you can get a nice ASMR experience. All right, left hand on top. odds are you're not going to ever have any kind of repertoire where you're going to need to play like for, I don't know, 20 measures straight, just the same thing or whatever. I guess 16 measures, yeah. But this just helps prepare you so that way when you do have crossovers, you are ready for them. Let's get some water. Today's sponsor, Mizu. That means water in Japanese. Okay, we're going to go faster. It's not great right here, but I want to give myself some data so that way I can figure out what I can continue to improve. All right, right hand crossover, going down the drums. Okay, lefty hand crossover is still going down the drums. All right, right hand crossover. We're going up the drums now. Outside, inside. Here we go. Now, when working on any kind of diddle crossovers, or really any kind of crossover, there's a tendency for tenor players to raise up the hand that is doing the crossover, and it makes it so that you play at an angle and you get like a really bad sound quality. What you really want to do is keep it so that your hands are staying nice and level with the drums, nice and parallel with it, so that way you can get a full sound as opposed to like hitting like this. Okay, so we want to keep it so that our hand underneath is low and our taps are low, and that our hand on top is also low for like wrist over wrist or even stick over stick. You don't want to approach crossovers like this at an angle. You want to keep them nice and low as opposed to like that, whatever hand you are working on. Okay, let's do, what is it, left hand? Yeah, I was like, wait, what number am I on? 63? Yeah, so left-hander hand is going to cross over and we're going up the drums. Oops. I started playing it off the left. Keep looking over at my monitor. Make sure it's not freezing again. And crash. I joke, but it'll happen. 70. Play for a little bit more, and then I'll chop out. And then getting ready for a Fortnite Solo Squad stream. We'll see how I do with that. Stay tuned, folks. Try and keep these streams to about an hour. I already did 20 minutes. Already did 20 minutes. And then it crashed. Nice. Left hand on top. Whoa! Thanks for the sub, J-Dub. That was loud. Woo. Okay, right hand crossover going up the drums, outside to inside. Oops. Perfect. No mistakes are made. getting hard. Okay, left hand on top, still outside to inside. Perfect. Need some water. Oh, yeah. Streamlab's still working. Doesn't look like it's frozen. Oh, good job. So proud of it. All right, let's go to 80. Scrolling down into the timestamps. Clicking on 80. Right hand crossover, going down the drums. Here we go. All right. Okay, not great. Had to focus on the placement of the first diddle. So I wouldn't hit the rim. Like that. Okay, right hand back on top. We're going to do up the drums, inside sweeps. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh, yeah, this is rough. It's hard. All right, left hand on top. Oh, I started playing the next line. Yeah. So it's definitely my breaking point. But that's some different ways that you can work on like the crossover diddle sweeps. So that's great for if you're doing like windmills. Perfect. Or if you're doing around the worlds. Wow. My hands are they feel tight. I was really tighten up on the last bit. It's affecting things. Okay. We're gonna go back to my website, jaredleary.com/drum. And we're going to chop out, just for funsies. I like to do that at the end of the stream. Push my hands and brains, play faster. Let's do... Could do one of the several hundred grid variations. 316th notes and 215 triplet ones. Now I'm going to do a chop exercise. At the top. I was doing some of these and some of those. Let's do 4210 shopping spree. This is a real good chop burner. 160, eh? Woo! Woo-wee. I don't know about that. We're going to start at 40. 140, that is. And we're just going to intentionally try and chop out. Get to a point where I can't play it anymore. Playing with my heavy Hardman hammers. So it starts off like a normal shopping spree. And then it has a surprise on page 2. Two counts of everything. One count. No check. Oh, I screwed up the chut cheese at the end. All right, let's go faster. Gonna chop out. Chippity chop out. We're getting close. Let's go to 160. I think this is going to be it. Here we go. Crash and burn at the end. Whew. My hands are warm. Very warm. Okay. We're going to do it one more time. 165. Given how the last line went. I don't know if I'll make it through it. I'm going to lower the heights a little bit. Try and stay nice and relaxed. those Chuck cheeses at the end. Whee! Nope. Back. Now, if you want to play along to that exercise, the link at the top of this page, jaredleary.com/drum, will take you to 1,300 hours of free drumming content, a few hundred grid variations, a bunch of technique stuff, chop stuff, marching bass stuff. It'll keep you busy for a while. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. Thank you, JW, for the sub on YouTube. Only public subs actually show up on here, so if you do not display your subs publicly and you did sub, well, I appreciate you as well. I am going to tear this down and get set up for a Fortnite stream, probably in about 20 or so minutes. So stay tuned for that. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy using these free exercises and whatnot on my website. Keep you and I busy for a while. If you want to know what I'm streaming and when I'm streaming next, if you go to when is my next stream, and you click on this, you can click on any one of these, and it'll tell you, oh, Limb Independence. Well, Jared is streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook simultaneously. All these times are Eastern, so if you want to know, like, specifically when I'm going to be streaming stuff, just go to this page. There's a ton of content on my website, a bunch of computer science education stuff, a bunch of gaming stuff, and a ton of drumming things, which, like this percussion dictionary, did y'all know this even existed here? You want to figure out what a weird thing is, like debole? Oh, well, it means weak. Okay, well, is it asking you to play the inclum? Well, that's the anvil. Oh. So hopefully this is helpful for you. But anyways, I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.